Okay. Um, where do I see how many people? Can you see a viewer count? Okay,
No, I can.
it's
You,
there now on the top left.
right, right. You get a talk left.
Yeah. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming and joining me on such a short notice.
Oh, no problem at all. Happy to do it.
Well, um, I would like you to introduce yourself and talk about your platform um, for a few minutes, if you don't mind.
Okay, sure. My name is Thomas. My YouTube name is the D.O.D, which is short for Deacons of Defense. My which I just switched from Deacons of Defense to D.O.D, shorten it up a little bit. But my channel really wasn't. I really can't say it was a channel per se. I did talk a lot about African American issues. I did a lot of videos on a lot of different topics. But I tried to get monetized recently because of some of the topics that I had on my channel. I wasn't approved to be monetized. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to maybe change it up just a little bit so that I can get monetized. But it was never one of the things that I wanted to do was to be monetized. But some people are telling me that if I'm going to be on here doing this, that I should be getting paid for it.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm just taking the channel into a slightly new direction. Leaning towards sports and daily news that concerns African Americans.
Okay. Do you consider yourself a part of any particular community or sector here on YouTube?
Um, I guess I would lean more towards the conscious community side, without a lot of the politics. My channel is I consider it a black only channel, and a lot of people ask me what does that mean. Well, for me, it means I marry black only. I work with black only as much as possible. I promote black only. So yeah, I guess I would lean more towards the conscious community.
Okay. I see you talking a lot about happenings in the conscious community. I don't want to assume it's beef, but has there been some hostility in the conscious community lately?
Oh yeah, definitely has been. And see, that's another reason why my channel wasn't monetized, and another reason that people have been telling me I need to change it up a little bit. But yeah, there's lots of beef going on in the conscious community. Um, just a lot of people that wants to claim the king and queen of the conscious community, and it's a shame too because there's a whole lot of room here for growth for anybody that wants to be a part of that community. A lot of the infighting and the backstabbing, the scamming is keeping a lot of people away from the community.
Yeah, I can imagine. Um, Anybody you want to shout out, like some of your favorite channels?
Sure, yeah. I like to shout out Brave Queen Cohen, Carly Rose. I like to shout out Soul Alchemy. He has a pretty good channel. Um, Darren Marion has a great channel. D. Durrell, he also has a great channel as well. So those are some that I would shout out off the top of my head.
All right. How do you feel about Nyla Says?
Nyla says I don't approve of Nyla says platform or Taz's um platforms. They um they talk black first, but everything they do goes against what they trying to preach. but they're preaching one thing, but living in another way.
Really? How so?
Well, I mean, these people have scammed certain people over there in the black community. They have tried to put certain platforms on blast and try to call them underling channels. They're trying to undermine a lot of the people over there in that conscious community.
Okay.
What they're really trying to do is to take the subs, the subscription, the subscribers of people over there, and in certain part of that sector over there.
Okay, so they kind of shit on smaller channels.
They do that. They talk bad about African Americans, even though they say they're a B1
Uh-oh, you're
network.
breaking up some.
Can you hear me now? Hello? I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I'm gonna leave and come back.
Sorry, I lost my connection. Um, D.O.D, are you in the chat? All right, thank you, George. I'm gonna give a second to D.O.D to try to rejoin me. All right, let me refresh. Okay, sorry. Are we
No
back?
problem. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm sorry. My internet is going in and out. It's been storming here, and I think that's what's causing that. I apologize.
No problem. Where were we?
We were talking about how some of the bigger channels try to take subscribers and shit on smaller channels in the conscious community sector.
Yeah, it's not every channel over there that does that. I know you had brought up Nyla says, and so I know that's one of the channels that does do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I kind of feel that you kind of understand that because you asked me about them specifically.
Well, I'm familiar with Nyla Says. I'm not familiar with Taz. I've heard of some of the other names you mentioned, but not all of them. I used to follow the conscious sector a lot, but not so much in the past year.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's been a lot going on this past year.
Hmm. Well, uh, Young Pharaoh used to be one of my favorites, but he lost me when he got into his beef with Nature Boy and dragged that baby. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah. I never really got into the Young Pharaoh or the Nature Boy issues. I never really got into that. So I'm not really versed on what went down and you know the beef and what caused it, what started and all that. I don't even know if it's been resolved. Has it?
Oh, I'm not sure if it's you or me, but I can barely make out what you said there. Can you repeat that, please?
Sure. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. I was saying that I'm not well versed in the beef between Young Pharaoh and Nature Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not really over in that part of that sector. I really don't
Oh,
view young Pharaoh like that. I really don't like that.
oh, okay. Yeah. Um, I thought the young brother had some knowledge, and I could appreciate his presentation. Yeah, he cursed a lot and everything, but I mean, I curse when I'm talking, and I didn't mind it. But um, after a while, it started to get uh, a bit much. And then when he went in on Nature Boy's baby, I'm like, what did the baby do?
Right, yeah. And see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by that sector. It has a whole lot more to offer than what it's presently displaying. I mean, why would he need to have feel the need to talk about a baby? You know what I'm saying? That's this to me. That's just that's silly
Yeah.
for him to be talking about a child like that.
Well, that's prison reform and the upcoming 2020 presidential election. If this internet goes out again, I swear.
Are you there?
I'm still here. Oh, okay. I thought I
Okay.
had lost it for a second. Okay,
Did you
cool.
ask a question? I didn't hear a question.
I was saying, I was just telling the audience that we planned on discussing prison reform and the upcoming 2020 presidential election,
Yes,
right?
correct. Are you there? Are you hello? Hello?
Well, hey, you know, we can try it, or we can send it for later, however how you want to do it. Want to schedule for tomorrow? Okay, same time, or what? Or you'll let me know, or, cause I'm pretty much free, I'm pretty much free all day tomorrow.